Hello boys and girls, it's Aunty Mimmi here, and our book today is called Hansel and Gretel. It's the first reader's book, so it's going to help you read along. As always, if you've not subscribed to the channel, please do so now. Then sit back, get comfortable, and let's begin. Once upon a time there was a little boy and a little girl. The little boy was called Hansel. The little girl was called Gretel. Hansel and Gretel lived in a cottage in the woods. Hansel and Gretel lived in the woods. Hansel and Gretel lived with their father and stepmother. They were afraid of their stepmother. Hansel and Gretel were hungry. "We have no food," said their father. Their stepmother said, "Take the children deep into the woods and leave them there." "We have no food." Hansel and Gretel's father was afraid of the stepmother. He did not want to leave the children in the woods, but he said to Hansel and Gretel, "Come with me." And so off they went into the woods. They went into the woods. Their father left them deep in the woods. Gretel was afraid. "We are lost," she cried. "Don't worry," said Hansel. "I was dropping some stones. We can follow the stones and go back home." "Don't worry," said Hansel. So Hansel and Gretel followed the stones and went back home. When their stepmother saw them, she said to their father, "Take them deep into the woods and leave them there again." Then Hansel and Gretel went into the woods with their father. He left them deep in the woods again. Hansel and Gretel went back home. Gretel was afraid. "We're lost," she cried. "Don't worry," said Hansel. "I dropped some crumbs. We can follow the crumbs and go back home." But they saw the birds had eaten the crumbs. "Don't worry," said Hansel. Hansel and Gretel were lost deep in the woods. Then they saw a little house. The house was made of sweets. "We can eat this house," said Hansel. They saw a little house. But a bad witch lived in the house. She put Hansel in a cage. She made Gretel work for her. The witch gave Hansel lots of food. She wanted him to get fat. "I want to eat you," said the witch. "I want to eat you," said the witch. One day the witch wanted to cook Hansel in a pan. She made Gretel put a big pan of water on the fire, but Gretel pushed the witch and the witch fell into the big pan of water, and that was the end of her. Gretel pushed the witch. Then Hansel and Gretel ran home. When they got home, they saw their father. Their stepmother had gone. He was very happy to see Hansel and Gretel again. Hansel and Gretel ran home. Look back in your book. Can you read these words? Hansel, Gretel, witch, house, stones, bird. Can you answer these questions? Where do Hansel and Gretel live? Who takes Hansel and Gretel deep into the woods? What does the witch do to Hansel? Did you get all those questions right, boys and girls? I hope this book helps you a little bit with your reading. As always, I want you to look after one another, be kind to one another, and try and have some fun every single day. Until next time, bye-bye.